Capricorn, welcome to your reading. So we're checking in on the family. Yeah, so family circle check-ins. That's what we're doing at this time. And we're keeping it wide open by asking, what does God want you to know? So let's see. What does God want you to know, Capricorns? What does God want you to know? Being into 3 decks for you. I feel a little bit weak today, Capricorn, so just bear with me. Please and thank you. One more. Okay. So we have the Empress of Protection, Our Lady of Guadalupe. It says, I am safe and divinely protected. I am held in love at all times. So there's a need to know when it comes to your family life that you are safe. Okay? So whatever is going on, just know it's all good. It may look scary, but it's not. So we have Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion, and therein lies your safety. It says, I recognize suffering in order to release it. Curiosity breeds compassion. That is saying a lot. Let's break it down. So the goddess of compassion, it says, I recognize suffering in order to release it. So that's talking about you not holding on to pain. The thing is, everybody goes through something. And what you go through, you may look at what somebody else go through and feel like that's nothing. But the truth of the matter is, it's nothing to you. Because when the universe is dealing with us in these ways, it's meant to help us to grow. And the next thing you need to realize is God's not going to put more pressure on you than you can actually bear. So when you feel like it's becoming too much, then you call out to the Most High and say, okay, this is becoming a bit much now. Please. Okay. So recognize suffering in order to release it. So it's saying don't hold on to anger. Don't hold on to grudges. Don't allow envy to take over your life. Don't allow hatred to take over your life. Jealousy. Because all these things suffer you. And the reason for recognizing the suffering is so you can let that shit go. And usually that means having the right reasoning to inspire you to be able to let these things go. So you have to have a certain understanding of life and why things happen. And the general idea is life is a series of 1, experiences, and 2, lessons. So if you know that this is a school and it's just a gift of an experience, whether you like the experience or not. It's like, let yesterday be yesterday. Let it go. Now, as it pertains to like people betraying you and stuff like that, obviously you can let go of the hurt, you can let go of what they did, but once bitten, twice shy. Be mindful of letting people back in your life. So you know your situation better than I do. There's a need for you to be in command of your life, yet not be unreasonable about what you will allow and not allow in your life. So then it says curiosity breeds compassion. So curiosity is a need to know. If you have a need to know, then you cannot approach someone or something with aggression. If you need to know, it's better if you humble yourself. It works. You can catch more flies with honey than you can with vinegar. So if you're trying to understand someone in your family, or even trying to understand yourself, you're going to have to lay down the aggression. You're going to have to put aside the anger. You're going to have to put aside the disappointment and the sadness and all that stuff, and go to them or go to yourself with pure waters. Okay? So that's why I said that's a lot. It's saying a lot. It's like 2 sentences, but it's saying a lot. Okay? So yeah, so both of them are basically talking about being able to let go of the negativity so that you can connect to the positives. Connect to understanding. Connect to your people. Okay? Because the truth is we all make mistakes. When you make a mistake, do you want to be not forgiven? You don't have to be all friendly with somebody after they've hurt you. But there's a certain level of letting go that is healthy. The underlying issue here, we have Diana, the queen of the wilderness. It says the language of the natural world is a frequency of love. Exactly. This is my mother tongue. So love is also compassion. So, like I said, you can catch more flies with honey than you can with vinegar. It's simple human mathematics. Okay, so that's your first message. So try a little tenderness, try a little gentleness, try a little empathy, where you try to see the situation from the other person's perspective. Okay? Because I went out with my nephews a while back, and they were on this ride. They're like 10 and 7 or something like that. Yeah. So they were on this ride. The 7-year-old was on this plaything, and there was a gap in there. So he went to step, and he went through the gap, so that shook him up. Now he's up high and he couldn't get down, and he wanted help to get down, because it's like after he put his foot in that big gap and almost fell through, it shut his confidence completely. So now my man is up on top of this high thing now, screaming, and his brother now, being the loving brother that he is, he went up to try to get him down. So we're finding out all this after we done get him down. So now we got him down. The brother didn't get him down. The mother had to go up and get him down. Okay? So when they came down now, the big brother was angry at the little brother. Turns out that he was vexed with his little brother for not trusting him in being able to help him to get down. And then the little brother was like, you were telling me to step on your foot. I was thinking that if I step on your foot, I will hurt you and you will go, ow. So now the big brother is highly annoyed with the little brother because he didn't trust him to help him. And the little brother is, he's feeling like, why are you mad at me? I was trying to save you. So in an effort to save his little brother, the little brother was also trying to save his big brother. Okay? And the thing is, before we got to that reasoning, they were just arguing back and forth, and I'm like, wait. Because when I heard what they were saying, it's like you were both trying to help each other, but because of how little brother reacted to big brother's suggestion, it made big brother feel like you don't even trust me. Like, I love you and I wanted to help you and you didn't even allow me to help you. Man was vexed. So little brother now was like, but I didn't want to hurt you though, and that's why I didn't do it. I wanted my mommy to come and do it because I don't want to make you go out, you know. So after I heard this in all the shouting back and forth, I'm like, okay, wait, slow down. You need to say your piece so that he can hear you, and then you need to tell him your reasoning so that he can hear you. And then when we did that, I mean, there was still little hurt feelings and things, but it wasn't as fiery as it was before. So saying all that to say communication is important, because sometimes when we're at odds with our loved ones, it's simply because there's a mix-up in the line of communication. You see, so a failure to explain ourselves clearly at the right time, it can make things get blown out of proportion. Because if we hadn't fixed that matter then and there, big brother would have gone through the rest of our trip highly annoyed at little brother. But although it took a little time for him to calm down, they were friends again before we left. Okay? And that is a good life lesson, because it teaches them right then and there to explain yourself. You know, when you have a problem with each other, explain things from your perspective so that the other person can see what's going on. And hopefully that's a life lesson that they could carry with them throughout the rest of their life. So it was a great experience. It was a crazy thing to happen, but we used the opportunity to teach a very valuable life lesson. So I'm saying that to say perhaps you're going through the same thing with your loved ones. That's why it's talking about being compassionate. Because perhaps whoever you have beef with or problem with in your family, maybe you simply don't see things from their perspective because you're only seeing it from yours. And that's why empathy is a very handy tool when it comes to relationships of any kind. Try to see things from the other person's perspective, and perhaps you won't find reason to be so upset with them. You don't have to like their decision or their reasoning, but at least you'll be able to see, oh, okay, that's okay, I understand now, but good God. You know? So yeah, communication and empathy. And it's like when you got a problem with somebody, instead of shouting at them and talking to them really rough and that, if you say what you're saying with some respect, they're more inclined to listen. And if they say what they're saying with respect to you, you're more inclined to listen. If somebody come at you shouting and throwing their hands up in the air and all of that, first thing you're gonna do is pull a face like, and the next thing you want to do is go into defense mode, you see? So how we choose to approach the situations. Compassion, it doesn't look like that. Compassion is calm. Compassion is understanding. Compassion is patient. Compassion is open mind. When they tell you what they have to tell you, then you can decide if you want to still be compassionate or just fly off the handle or not. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, I feel like there's some misunderstandings going on. Lack of communication doesn't help. 2 more times here. Okay, so we got 3 cards. And look, they're like red, gold, and green. That's personal. Okay. So the first card to come out, it says gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. I was thankful for the opportunity with my nephews too. Like, This is a lesson you can carry with you to the rest of your life. The next card we have is envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. And then we have abundance. I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. And the underlying issue in this here situation is love. So you see, there's doubt there because there's no communication in your relationships. So that brings adversity instead of peace. It's a peace failure. Yep, no peace. So it's like being afraid to show that love. So let's see what these three cards are saying. So we got gratitude. Okay, so the gratitude says, I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. Then the next one says, I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. So this is like an empathy card. So when you realize that you and everybody is the same, but you have different challenges, then you take the time to understand what kind of challenges are you going through. Like, let me understand your life and why you make the choices that you make and stuff like that. Because life is like an exam and everybody's paper is different. So you may be on question number 5 and the person next to you is on question number 5, but you're doing it cool and they're looking like, and you have an easy one on your paper and you're thinking, why they look so confused when they question, but they have a different challenge to you. Okay, so yeah, so there's the empathy kind of energy. Then it says, I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. And what you desire is love. So in order to achieve that love, the first thing you need to do is realize that you are the same as everybody, but with different challenges. So instead of judging other people and the choices that they make and stuff like that, it's good to reason with them and understand them from a psychological perspective, because it's breaking up your family. So don't assume that you know what's best for even your teenage daughters or nephews or whoever it is. It don't matter their age. What matters is how they see the world and them making the decision that they feel is best for them. You can guide them, but at the end of the day, respect the decisions that they make, because whether they succeed or they fail, they can only look back and blame themselves. They won't hate you. At least if you were telling them the good thing and they make another choice and it ends up bad for them, then they might have more faith in what you're saying next time that you try to advise them. You understand? So yeah, it's a matter of accepting that some other people's life is different to yours. And other people's challenges are different to yours, and how you may handle a challenge, it doesn't mean that they're gonna handle it like that. And there's no wrong or right way, because everybody has their own path. So even if you handle a situation wrongly, the lessons that it takes you to, that's what you are meant to experience, because it helps you in the future. You see, because like I said, life is a gift of an experience and life is a school. It don't make no sense that we're living life if we don't understand it. So we need to learn so that we can live it well or play the game well. Okay? And sometimes we learn best through the mistakes that we make. And what I realize about family too, even if you see what's best for them and you try to tell them, if they're not ready to receive it, they'll just hate you and think that you're being annoying. So sometimes just tell them, give them your wisdom, and then let them make their own decision. And if they fall, just be there to pick them up. And you won't even have to say, you see, I told you so. They'll be looking at you like, yeah, I should have listened. Yeah. Let's get your last message. I mean, you don't have to tell them I told you so with your lips, but you can do it with your eyes like. See? Got lots of position at the bottom of the deck. So it's like the power that you had, you know, you can maintain it by how you approach the people in your life. Communication, the way that you communicate with them, it determines the difference between whether you lose their position, your position in their life or not. Don't force. Because if you start forcing, you have to continue that way. But if you just speak your piece, you can have peace. They can hear what you're saying. When they disregard your wisdom and they drop into the pit, then they'll know, like, yeah, mama or daddy or uncle or whoever, they're not gonna shout at you to tell you. They're just gonna tell you calm, like, this is your business if you want to listen on that. But I would suggest that you listen to them next time, because you have to watch your heart, you know, and your blood pressure and that. So don't even start the ball off training them to listen to you only when you shout at them. Yeah, we need to stop that practice. It's painful. Too much energy. Let your reasoning speak for you, not your volume. Aww. See, now that we don't want. Let's see what the other card is. So first we got loss of property, and we got loss of limb. So loss of limb tells me that this is somebody that you could depend on. Okay? So it's like you had rights to this person and you could depend on them, or they had rights to you and they could depend on you. But this looked like when you kind of drift apart because of the way that things are going in the relationship. So it's whereas you could have get this person, I don't know, maybe to wash your car, or go to the shop, open up the shop for you until you get there, or babysit for you, or cook food until you get home. You know, this person was a helpmeet to you. This family member or family members or you were somebody valuable in their life. So it's like you lose a limb. You know what a limb is? It's like cutting off your hand or your finger or something. They're essential parts of your body. So if you lose a limb, it's somebody that's essential to your well-being, you know, to your peace of mind, to you being able to flow through life nicely. So that you don't want to be communicating with a person like that and lose them over, you know, silly reasons. And if you've already made this mistake, then don't hesitate to apologize, okay? It's about growing, all right? And if you would apologize, even if they're younger than you, it shows that you deserve a certain level of respect, okay? If you can admit that you're wrong and humble yourself and make right what you made go wrong in the first place, they'll have a new level of respect for you that is just priceless, okay? Because nobody gets it right all the time. Yeah. And at the bottom of the deck we have loss of position and we have loss of beauty because of a crime. Now you need to start over from this fracture in your family. You see me? So yeah, so this is like a break. So this is like losing a mom or a dad or a helpful son or daughter or nephew. Somebody that, you know, is your G. Is your G. How else can I say it? I mean, dopes that, you know? Yeah, you can rely on this person to help to make your life easier. So you don't want to just throw away people like that all willy-nilly. So God is calling on you to try to see things from the other person's perspective and be mindful how you approach this person when you have a problem with this person, because this person is important to you and you are also important to this person. You don't want to make this person lose respect for you. So if you've already made the relationship go haywire, don't hesitate to apologize to them and show them that, okay, I see the error of my ways now and I am sorry. Okay, so if you would be so kind, we can see how we can work through this and get to the next chapter, because I love you and you're valuable to me. and I know you love me, and I am valuable to you. So let's not make our relationship fall apart for any silly reasons. We're all growing, and we need to have patience with one another, because we're gonna make mistakes from time to time. But yeah, this conversation should go something like that. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching, Capricorn, and all the best with this here. Until next time, bye bye.